The WHO has declared Ebola a global health emergency. So what actually is Ebola? What is happening right now? And should we be worried? Ebola is one of the most deadly diseases on Earth. Fatality rates sit at about 50%, but if untreated, can be as high as 90%. Initial symptoms aren't heaps different to the flu, of fever, aches and a sore throat, but can quickly ramp up to vomiting and diarrhea. In severe cases, the virus can overwhelm your immune system and cause internal and external bleeding, and it's this fluid loss that can kill you. It was first discovered in 1976 near the Ebola River, and scientists reckon African fruit bats are the natural host of the virus, which is why you pretty much only hear about Ebola outbreaks originating in Africa. There have been multiple outbreaks since the 70s, the biggest back in 2014, which resulted in more than 11,000 deaths. So what's happening now? A few weeks ago, an outbreak started here in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, before spreading to other parts of the country and across the border into Uganda. So far, there have been more than 240 cases and more than 80 deaths. And on the weekend, the WHO declared a public health emergency of international concern, which is the second highest alert level, just under a pandemic.
Today, I have released $500,000 from WHO's contingency fund for emergencies to immediately support the response.
Finally, how worried should we be? For people in the DRC and Uganda, the risk right now is really high. Ebola is caused by 6 known species of the ortho-Ebola virus. 4 of these cause disease in humans, and only 1 has effective treatments and vaccines. The current outbreak is this one.
Antivirals that we have for other strains are not necessarily effective against this one. Same with vaccines that are in development, and same even with diagnostic tests.
The epicenter of the outbreak, Ituri, also complicates things. For decades, multiple armed groups have been battling over mines in the region. And since 2021, the area has been under military control. Experts reckon the outbreak could have gone undetected for weeks or even months, and ongoing conflict can make things like contact tracing and other control measures harder to enforce. Fortunately, Ebola isn't airborne. It only exists within bodily fluids. So transmission generally only occurs through direct contact with people who are severely ill or recently dead. And people aren't actually contagious until they start showing symptoms. For people outside of Africa, it's unlikely this will turn into a COVID-like pandemic because of the way Ebola spreads. Cases of Ebola have been recorded outside of Africa, often from returning travellers or health workers, but there's never been a major outbreak outside of the continent.